This afternoon, we're going to run through some of the member benefits, some of the things that you can do as a member. If you're a member at that tier with the eligibility to do those things, please do make sure you use them. It's all part of the membership. And if you're new to us and you're a non-member, I hope this afternoon inspires you to join and be part of the ecosystem. You'll be very welcome. So we are a networking organisation at heart. So if you feel you'd like to, please feel free to put your name and organisation in the chat. Just say what your organisation does. We're going to be very informal. I'm sure you're all bored to death of doing loads of online events. So please don't feel obliged to do anything. But if you would like to introduce yourself to other people on the call, please feel free to do so. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the community of which you're part of if you're an Agri-TechE member. Just to say that just to remind you, we're an independent, not-for-profit organisation. We're not part of government. We're not owned by anybody. We exist independently. We're funded by your member subscriptions, events revenue, and a little bit of sponsorship. So independent and not-for-profit is one thing to take away from this. So we have no agenda at all other than to help you, our members. So if we could just maybe move on to the first slide. And this is really to sort of introduce you to the community of which you are a part if you are a member. This was taken at our birthday networking event, our 10th year, which we held over the summer. And there's probably about 40% of our membership was represented there. And I really like this image because it shows that there's energy, there's enthusiasm, there's a warm welcome. And it also shows that really the more you put in, the more you get out of the community. You can see everybody's waiting to meet you. They want to tell you about what they do and they want to hear from you about what you do. So this is the face of some of our community. Now, what does that community look like? The next slide gives you a little bit of a breakdown of the various groups within the community. So the first one, which is really at the heart of what we do, is around the farmers. And I know that there's a number of people on the call who are developing technologies for farmers, and farmers really, a proportion of farmers are very pro-innovation. They want to hear about new technologies, new things that are happening and are in development. So obviously leading on from that, the technology developers are the next group that form a large part of our ecosystem with solutions, innovations that they're developing. They might be early stage, they might be later stage, but they're destined for farming and the wider supply chain. And before we get to technology, we have research. And again, I know we've got some researchers on the call, and I know that researchers want partners. They want to disseminate their research. They want to find people who are working in an area that's relevant to the research. So we have most of the UK's large universities and FE colleges around agriculture are part of the Agri-TechE membership. The next line is around the agronomy businesses and those who are acting as those sort of force multipliers in the industry to get innovations. They're talking to the farming industry. They might be developing ag chem. They might be vets, agronomists, sitting at that interface between innovation and practice. And not only can we help expose you to the kinds of technologies your clients might want, but also help upskill you and your team as to what's coming along the pipeline. Obviously, business support is really important in an innovation ecosystem. It's all well and good having the technology and having the end users, but you need those people who act as the glue for the ecosystem to help bring technologies and research out into the hands of the farmers and supply chains. So that might be IP lawyers, it might be recruitment agents, it might be accountants, ag business consultants, and we have a proportion of those in the community as well. And then finally, our international community. We work with clusters and members all across the world, actually. You'll be hearing where they are later on, but international is quite important for us. In 2023, I think we took 3 trade missions to Germany, South Korea and Spain. And our colleague Laura, who you'll meet in a minute, has just returned from Andalusia, taking a trade mission of, I think, 7 or 8 companies. And I know one person on the call was part of that mission as well. Okay, so they're the broad group. So how many are in each group? So the next slide comes with a big health warning because it is already out of date. Every time we build this slide, it's then out of date because yesterday we had a new farming member join one of the big estates, farming estates, national farming estates in the UK. So already this is out of date, but it gives you a sense of the kind of proportions of people in the various groups that I just described. So if we could move on to the next slide to just give you some examples. Thomas will talk to you a bit about what we do in terms of brokering relationships, but I just want to rattle through a few examples of some of the things that we've achieved for our members and helped them achieve. So the first one is we had a call, I think it was about 2 months ago, from a robotics company. Can we find a farm that has these various criteria to help trial their technology? Yes, we could, and we did, is the short answer. Last year, we ran an event around novel crops for the arable rotation, and that was attended by a number of farmers. And Century Farms, one of the UK's largest contract farming businesses, is now trialling hemp and flax crops as a result of what they heard from the researchers at that novel crops event. The next example is we had an approach, again, I think over the summer, from the Institute of Manufacturing at Cambridge University, who wanted to meet some growers to use some sensors around packhouse automation, and then are working with a major fruit grower up in Norfolk. A couple of other examples around business support. There was a law firm that met 2 new clients at the REAP conference. So our events are a really good opportunity to build a network, and we provide the forum. You bring your ideas and expertise. And then finally, we have a lot in the community who are looking for investment. And we had an early stage venture, and we put them in touch with a large farmer who's also an investor. Not only did they invest in the business, but they also followed on. Now, each of the members of the Agri-TechE team you'll be hearing from will give you an action box. So my action box has got 2 actions in. The first is to check out the member news. You should all, as members, receive the member mail in addition to our newsletter. Sophie will tell you a bit more about that. Keep an eye on what people who you'd like to work with might be up to. What is the hook as to why they might want to work with you, why you would be interested in them? So just see what other people are doing and how that might be relevant to you. And lean in, come and ask us questions. Let us know what you're looking for. Thomas will talk to you a little bit about the eligibility criteria and what you get in the different membership tiers. But do be part of the community, and remember, the more you put in, the more you get out. So on that note, I think I'm going to hand over now to our colleague Thomas Wedd, who's our membership manager. So Thomas, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Belinda. So I'm the membership manager, and I joined Agri-Tech in July. I've got a farming background from a family farm near Cambridge, and during my career I've worked for, amongst others, the University of Reading and the CLA, Country Land and Business Association. So my role includes looking after you, the members, and making sure you're happy. I talk with potential members about the benefits of membership and encouraging them to join. We've got members all over the world, and I'll show you a map in a minute. But yeah, we've got members in the northern and southern hemisphere. We forge connections between and within these different groups, as Belinda touched on. And once new members have joined, I make sure they get a warm welcome. I know we've got at least one new member here, so welcome. And another aspect of my role is listening to member feedback on what we do and how we can improve it, something I will touch on towards the end of my talk again. And I sort of work with the wider team here on the many aspects of our roles that intersect and cross over. So so looking at this slide, our membership's pay as you play, allowing you to organise and engage at the level that's right for you via the relevant tier. So you can see the 4 tiers here, and you get sort of different benefits as you go up the tiers. And a lot of what we're going to be talking about today is for the hecto tier and above. So do check which tier you're on as you get more things higher the tier. And it's really important to know that you can change between tiers as your needs change, and therefore have access to different benefits as you go up the tiers. So this is really just a headline overview of our tiers and what they include, and we'll unpack this a bit more in the rest of the webinar. So the next slide just gives you a demonstration of our sort of geographic spread. So we're growing in the UK, all basically on the mainland right up to Scotland. We do have one new Irish member who's on this call, so we're now in the Republic of Ireland as well, so welcome. And yes, and internationally we're in North and America and Canada, we're in mainland Europe, and we've also got a recent new member in New Zealand, so we're very much a sort of global ecosystem. So the next slide shows my top 3 actions. As Belinda mentioned, we're all giving our actions. So your Agri-TechE membership covers all the colleagues in your organisations. Do get your colleagues to sign up to our newsletter so they don't miss out, and do encourage them to come to events. If you receive something interesting, don't assume others in your organisation have seen it, but do forward them the email. And the second one is a survey. So we're about to do a Christmas survey to all our members, and those that complete the survey will be entered into a draw to win a Christmas hamper. So do fill in the survey, and we can't wait to get your feedback. And final one is, who do you know who would also benefit from your membership? Do pass on your contacts. We'd love to bring your network to ours. So with that, thank you very much, and I'm going to pass over to Laura.
Hello, everyone. I'm Laura Bouvet, Knowledge Exchange Manager in the Agri-TechE team, and I mainly work with our farming and research community. So you heard already from Belinda about a number of ways in how we support our members, and I just wanted to highlight a couple of other mechanisms as well that we have in place that I know some of you will have benefited from. The first one is our Farmer First Innovation Group. So if you're an organisation that is developing a tech solution, or if you're a researcher with working in an area that is of relevance to farmers, and you might think that there's a commercial potential there, then we can provide you with the opportunity to speak with our group of innovative farmers and agronomists as well. So within FIG, we have farmers and agronomists, as Belinda mentioned. They are a force multiplier in the industry. So with FIG, we meet regularly online. We have several meetings across the year, and it's really all about a two-way discussion. So you get to present your technology solution or the research that you're doing, and in exchange you get valuable feedback from potential end users and a group that really has an innovative and forward-thinking approach to how they go about their farming practices. So that's the first mechanism. And then I mentioned I also work with our research community, and something that we're really keen to help our research members with is to disseminate their research. So we have the Knowledge Hub for that, which you'll hear from Sophie a bit more about. And that's on our website, and that can help you disseminate results from your research. And we can also help you support, summarize some research findings. Anything that's of relevance to the industry, please share that with us. The other opportunity is our annual RIP conference, where we have a session dedicated to showcase the research happening all across the UK from our members. The other community that we support is our early career community, and we do that through the Early Career Innovators Forum, ECIF for short. And this is essentially a community of new starters within the industry, either as students or individuals who have just recently started working or are in graduate positions. And through ESIF, we provide them with opportunity for professional development if they're interested in exploring the world of agriculture. So with ESIF, what we really want to do is help them build their first professional network, help them discover what innovation actually looks like on the ground in our sector. And we also offer a point-based program because at that stage, sometimes CPD systems are very obvious. So we're offering people a tangible way to demonstrate all the knowledge and networks that, that they're developing through ESIF. So we offer a range of different activities, ranging from in-person events to webinars, and all of these activities are free thanks to generous sponsorship from the Morley Agricultural Foundation. So my couple of actions to you are firstly engaging with ESIF. You might be interested in opening the doors to our early career community by hosting an event. And if you do have any new starters, anybody that's recently started within within your organisation, then please share this opportunity with them. And secondly, if you have a tech solution or there is some research that you'd like to share with our farmers and agronomists, then please get in touch and we can have a chat about FIG. That's all from me. I will now hand over to Christina.
Thank you, Laura, for covering our Farmer First innovation meetings and activities for early careers. As an events person at Agri-TechE, I'd like to give you a glimpse of other type of events we're running here. But first of all, I'd like to remind you about the discounts for members to attend the events. So our virtual events come at no cost for members. For in-person events, you as a member get a discounted rate based on your membership tier, as Thomas mentioned in the beginning. So with discounts ranging from 10% for millers, 25% for hectares, and 50% for mega and giga members. Once you're logged in, our system will identify your email and membership status and anyone within your organization, and the system will apply the discount automatically based on your email domain name. Then moving on to the events. In the beginning of November, we curated our 11th Agri-Tech Week and hosted our 11th REAP conference. It is our biggest event of the year. We had thought-provoking discussions about AI in agriculture, speaking from Bayer, John Deere, Unilever, panel session with innovative farmers, speeches from startups, and fireside discussions between farmers and researchers about their projects. There's been great coverage from the day featuring our members and exhibitors on BBC News, two live broadcasts with ITV, and an upcoming weekly Farmers Weekly podcast. If you missed REAP this year, there will be a post-event report launching in January with summaries of the session, so keep an eye on it and save the date for next year Agri-Tech Week. It would be from 20th until 24th of October 2025. And contact me if you'd like to be part of the technology exhibition trip conference next year. So it was just one of the examples, and all our events designed to bring ecosystem together to network, collaborate, exchange knowledge, and get the latest industry insights. We have online events, we meet in person, on farm fields, in the production facilities, places, and a variety of topics we discuss every year, very diverse, and just call to action, be involved in it. We have lots of events planned for the next year, and there are already a couple of activities scheduled on our events website. So in January, we are going to visit the Manufacturing Technology Center facilities featuring lasers, large-scale 3D printing, factory in the box, and automation. The event takes place in Coventry just the day before Lama. So if you are thinking for heading to Lama, yeah, take a look at this event and make the most of your trip. There would be also an optional evening dinner after the MTC tour. So it's a great opportunity to spend a time with members and within the ecosystem. Later in January, we'll have an online event discussing tech and research to monitor animal welfare, learn trends, how to use tech for better welfare decisions. Check this event if you're interested. And finally, save the week of 3rd of March in your calendars, as we're organizing Connections Week with lots of exclusive activity for members. The program for this will be announced soon. So after this webinar, I will follow up with a detailed 2025 events program. But for now, please head over to our event page and explore the event that are already confirmed. And I'd like to wrap up with 2 actionable steps. First of all, subscribe to our events mailer and share the mailer with your colleagues when you get it. And secondly, we are a member-led organization, and we are planning our events calendar year ahead. So if you have any ideas, topics, interesting locations you'd like us to cover in future events, yeah, please put it into the chat or email me directly. That's all from me for now, and I'd like to hand over to Sophia, who will be speaking about raising your company profile.
Thank you, Christina. Hi, everyone. I'm Sophie Butler, and I'm Agri-TechE's content manager. So I look after the articles on our website, our social media, and also our email mailers that go out monthly. And I'm going to be talking to you today about raising your profile and how we can help you do that by sharing what your organization does, what you do, what you're about, publicizing news and successes that you're making, and also helping to position you as experts and thought leaders in the agri-tech industry and other wider industries. So the first place I'd like to draw your attention to is our member directory. And this is where all of our current members are listed. And it's the second most visited page on our website. It's quite a key place, and you're all featured in there. So from here, web visitors can find your organisation either by searching for you directly or using our search system, and then they can look at your own member page. And your member page is a bit like a shop window front or an online dating profile. So it's a space where you can attract new clients or collaborators or investors, whoever you need to help your organisation at that point. And it's where you can tell people about your organisation, what your goals are, what you might be looking for through membership or more widely commercially, so that you can connect with the right people. So it's worth spending a little bit of time updating your member page and making sure it captures effectively what it is you want to promote about yourself, so you can take full advantage of it. On your directory page, you can also upload news content, and these, as well as being on your directory page in the news tab, they also get displayed in our knowledge hub. And once in there, I can utilize that for our newsletters and for social media. As well as our knowledge hub, the stories in there, a limited number will also make it to the featured section of our homepage. So be aware when you're uploading stories, I am looking through them and you might make it to the front page. So in terms of member news that you can upload, there's quite a broad scope for the kind of content you could put on there. You don't need to have glitzy press releases. It could be a press release, it could be a blog you've written just sharing your perspectives or your thoughts. It could be a video showing your product or talking about what you're doing, or interviewing one of your clients or one of your colleagues, or it could be a podcast. So there's quite a lot of variety of things you could put on there to exhibit your own organisation and promote it. I would say a quick disclaimer about copyright. We can only share content that you own the copyright of. So if you did want to share a piece of third-party news, so say you were mentioned in an article in The Guardian, we can't take that article and paste it onto the member news in our website. But if you wanted to share it, what you could do alternatively is put the first paragraph in and then a link to the live original story, or you could do a summary paragraph or a summary of the article and then link to the original story. Once you've uploaded your news onto our website, that's when we can step in as a team and help amplify that across the membership and across the wider ecosystem through social media and in our mailers. And this slide here shows a couple of examples. These are snippets from the Agri-TechE newsletter, which is sent out monthly to several thousand people across the ecosystem. And so that reaches a really important audience of policymakers, press, individuals, journalists, international partners and members, other industry experts, researchers and scientists. And then there's also the member mail, which is exclusive to our current Agri-TechE members. So it reaches a much smaller targeted audience from our community, but they are ones who specifically do want to meet and seek out collaboration. And obviously the rest of our team can facilitate that happening. So finally, I'd say social media opportunities. We work across various social channels. Our focus is LinkedIn, where we have just over 10,000 followers, and we can help raise your profile by engaging with your posts. I do try and follow you all when you join us, and I check in with what you're doing, and I try and acknowledge and respond when you tag us in posts. Obviously, I can't promise we can share everything. I do have to think about what will resonate most across the audiences that we have, and what membership tier you have, and also how much profile is a priority for you. But in general, the more that you share and the more that you talk with us online, the more we can help publicize it wider and give you more oxygen. So I've got 3 key actions for you today. Firstly, I would encourage you to ensure that your member directory page is up to date. So take a moment to review it, ask if it's engaging for visitors and if it achieves your goals. So someone looking at that would understand what it is you're looking for and what you want. Next, I'd say upload some new member news. I'd recommend, if you can, check in and post something every month or so. So this ensures that your organisation will look current. It gives me lots of options to choose from when I'm creating our mailers and sharing things on socials. And it leaves us a paper trail for people following your organisation, see what you've been up to since you've become a member. And finally, I'd say connect with us on LinkedIn or your preferred social media channel. We won't really be working on X anymore, but we are on Instagram and Facebook if you prefer that. And we will follow you back and hopefully engage with you there. So that was a bit of a whistle stop, but it's not everything, because I'm going to hand you over to Darren. I think she's got some more opportunities to share with you.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Sophie. Yes, so my name's Darren. I'm the operations manager here at Agri-TechE. I'm going to walk you through some of the other opportunities available to our members. I realise you've been bombarded with information, but do hang in there. We're nearly there. So first up is the job zone. So this can be found within the opportunities zone section of our website. So Hecto members and above have access there to submit job postings via their dashboard, which we'll come to in a bit. They come through to our team and we can publish them live on the site. So this is a cost-effective place to advertise your roles. It gives you access to our huge network of highly skilled people. We advertise all sorts of jobs there. Normal paid roles, student roles, graduate positions, and also internships too. So we direct candidates directly to your career web pages, and then we share those and push those out across our socials every now and again as well. So this gives maximum exposure to your roles and to the right sort of people as well. Okay, also located in the opportunity sections, we've got the funding page. So this part of our website outlines all of the latest funding opportunities within the industry. So essentially we scour the internet so you don't have to. This page is regularly updated by Becky, our Director of Communities. So definitely take a look at that if it's funding that you're looking for. Or alternatively, you can get in touch with us if you've got a funding opportunity that you wanted to share with the network, and Becky would make sure that's popped on there for you. Okay, so you can see on the slide, hopefully, the members dashboard. So this is the main, when you first log into your account, this is what you'll see. You can update your personal details here. You can update the organisation details. You can change your communications preferences. So you can sign up to the newsletters, of which we've got 4. So I would suggest you sign up to all 4 of them because they're all fantastic. And you'll find out what we've got going on. So this is also where, for Hecto members and above, this is what Sophie was talking about. This is where you would submit your articles for your member page, and you would also submit the job roles, which our team would then publish on our website. This is also where you would find the member exclusive. So this is member only content. So it's your place to go, really. Keep checking in there. So this is where we include member only trips, opportunities to get involved in exclusive research, projects, nationwide and international missions. We've soon got the opportunity to win a Christmas hamper there if you take part in our member survey, and also some discounted training as well. So it's a mixed bag, but also lots of things to get involved in there. You'll also find from the dashboard, you can find the member discount scheme. So this is all the member to member offers that we have. It's a fantastic opportunity to take advantage of the special discounts and benefits being offered from our members, and could potentially save your organisation some money. So just to give you an example of some of the offers that we've got there, we've got a free communications audit. We've got a free energy audit for your organisation. There's 15% discount on staff recruitment, and a free law assessment as well. So it's really worth having a look to see how you could benefit from that. Perhaps you'd also like to participate in the scheme. So you could offer something from your organisation, so an exclusive benefit to other Agri-TechE members. You could promote your business there, and that would be a good way of increasing your profile and connecting with our community. So you can drop me an email and I can pop that on our website if you have any ideas or you need any more information about that. Last but not least, we've got the Agri-TechE member logo. So we'd encourage all of our members to add that to their website, but especially if you're a startup or you're new to the sector and you're looking for some credibility within the industry, it's a good idea to add the member logo to your website. So lets potential clients know that you're part of a leading ecosystem that others look to for, the latest information and insights. Okay, so the 2 main actions from me are register for an account to access this members area and all the wonderful things that come with it. And please do get involved in the member-to-member discount scheme and drop me an email. That's all from me. Thank you very much for listening. I shall pass you back to Belinda. Thanks.
Thanks, Darren. Well, hopefully that's given you a bit of an overview of the Agri-TechE membership offering. I just wanted to close with a bit of advanced news, actually. So some of you may have seen over the year, we've been doing this Back to the Future project, which was a program we put together. I think we came up with the idea a year ago. 10 years old as an organisation, and what we wanted to do was to give our members an opportunity to demonstrate their vision, their ambition and their thought leadership for the coming decade for agri-tech. We get asked a lot, what's the future going to hold? And while we've got opinions, no one is more expert than the people that are in our ecosystem. So we canvassed their views, we had written submissions, we did video recordings, we did some audio, and all of that has been distilled into this report, which is going to be launched live to the rest of the world on Friday. But if you are a current member and you can get into the dashboard that Darren has just described, you can see the Back to the Future report. Those of you who are not members who are on the call, it will be out here already. So please do take a look at the Back to the Future report. There's a load of podcasts. Everybody's submission will be in a podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. It should be there under Agri-Chat by Agri-TechE. So we're really excited about that. It's been a big piece of work, and we're delighted to be launching it. So I think on that, our final slide is just to remind you of the Agri-TechE team. If you take one photograph of these slides, and as I said, we will be recording it, please remember this one. The only person who you haven't met, if you haven't met her already in real life, is Becky Dodds, who's our Director of Communities. But hopefully this gives you a flavour of what we do and who's responsible for each of the different functions across the Agri-TechE team. Please lean in, please don't be a stranger, please make the maximum use of your membership, and we're really looking forward to working with you. So I think the final slide just gives some contact details if you don't know them already. We will be here as long as you want to be here this afternoon. So if anyone has any specific questions, please type them in the chat or just ask us. I'll stay here perhaps with Thomas, our membership manager. But for now, if you need to move on and get on with the rest of your day, please do so. If not, let's stay and have a chat. And it's been a pleasure to talk to you this afternoon, and enjoy the rest of your day.